Hi everyone. I will be introducing you to online advertising. I will be showing you how this can impact and benefit your business, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. So welcome. All right. So my name is Abiodun Thorpe. I I am based in Lagos, Nigeria. I work with a company called Rainy Lemon Company, and at Rainy Lemon Company, we are a digital strategy and analytics company. So one of our cardinal goals is to help business get more ROI using digital analytics and also digital advertising. I am based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I got my GAIQ certification after 2 attempts. And at the third time, I was really excited as to the power at which I now have on my belt to be able to help businesses to grow using the internet. So that had been my passion ever since I got certified several years ago. And I hope you learn one or two things that can help your business. So this training is targeted towards entrepreneurs who have small businesses and large brands who can also connect with their consumers. My experience have been in entrepreneur and strategy development, and with this I've been able to have a lot of experience in entrepreneurship, and I call myself a digital nerd. I work and live online, and with that I've gotten a lot of experiences doing research and to understanding consumer behavior, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. All right, so I just want to start by showing you this graph as to how consumers, especially in the African region, are consuming uh, the internet. Consumers rely on connected devices, including smartphones, and when looking for information for product and services. Um, Everybody needs something. Everybody wants to buy something. Everybody wants to get something, and as such, the smartphone is leveling the field for people to be able to find whatever they are looking for on the go. And from this graph, you can see that over 85% of consumers now connect and find information through their mobile devices, and the close one is tablet as well. So this shows that mobile is really growing in Africa and to continue to grow. Also, smartphones are an important resource when conducting different phases of product research. So, as advertisers or as business owners, we have product that we want to sell to consumers, and it's very essential for us to know which of those products or channels that will help our product. As you can see from smartphones, a lot of consumers are doing interesting product research. Someone says that people do on up to 10 product research before they finally convert. And as you can see, this is how they use those product research phases. Uh, Other interesting thing that I also found out is that consumers turn into specific online resources when they are looking for local businesses. This is very essential and very important in the sense that it gives people and users the understanding to connect and find information through their social network or through search engines. This gives them the added advantage for them to be able to do other interesting things. So a typical consumer today is connected and is being, targeted with different form of advertising. So consumers now are being targeted through their email, through direct marketing, through paid research and social advertising, including referrals. So a typical consumer is technically, quote and unquote, overwhelmed with lots of advertising, and with this, consumers can only buy the things that is interesting or they are interested in. And the typical consumers will go through these phases of consideration and intent to decide to buy the product or enjoy the services. So typically, before now, a typical consumer or a typical buying cycle will go from the point of seeing the ad to the point of going to the physical store to and then buying the product and taking it home to experience the product or service. And that is the model that has worked so far. Before now, it has really worked well. However, we are beginning to see some interesting things, an interesting trend and change in consumer behavior, especially in the sub-Saharan Africa. we are beginning to see before now the moment of truth for a typical customer, and a customer consumer is now going through different phases of a moment of truth. Now with Google in collaboration with some other interesting companies and agencies, they came out with something called the zero moment of truth. What is the zero moment of truth? This is the moment where the customer has been exposed to your product, the time between the exposure to your product or service to the point of actual purchase. I mean, I'm talking about that product research cycle, those moments of truth where the consumer can begin to form impression or begin to form opinions about your product or service. These are times when people go online to their social network or their social communities to be able to learn more about what people are saying about your particular product before they make a buying decision. An example is a review of your product, for instance, by a blog site, or a particular opinion about the experience about your service. So with this zero moment of truth, consumers are beginning to turn into online research to do price comparison, to begin to look at product reviews, and to basically learn more about your product. And those moments can happen at any time of the day, anywhere the customer is, and especially on their mobile devices. And with this, with the word of mouth, which is very powerful in customer conversion, with this is very essential for us as entrepreneurs, as the number one person or number one person in charge of our client's brand or our client's budget. We need to understand this zero moment of truth for us to be able to position our advertising to those customers at those moments at which customer is thinking and having the intent to buy your product to the point of decision. So my question to you is, who amongst your team, or who is actually saddled with that responsibility to capture those zero moments of truth for your product or services, or for your client services? You want to be able to position someone to be able to listen to those conversations, to capture those consumer intent, and as such convert them into decisions. Africa is huge, and Africa is growing with mobile. Mobile is penetrating every facet of life. And with this, mobile is redefining the way people socialize, it's redefining the way people use their smartphone. As you can see, the smartphone is revolutionizing a lot of things. And you notice that people are beginning to use their smartphone in creative ways, from selfies to social engineering to social connection, and even to selfies to other interesting things. This is very, very fantastic, and it's giving more power to the consumer. I say to people, before now, it was a $300 smartphone. Now the race is to go towards $100 smartphone or less. With this, the power is getting to the consumer. They can have a voice. This is giving them voice, and it's giving them advanced functionalities and capabilities as a user or consumer to be able to have a voice and make their purchase decisions. So I tell people, retail is not borderless, no matter your vertical, whether you're an airline, you're in agriculture, you're in banking, you're in financial services, or you are in fast food, FMCG. You want to be able to understand how people behave. You want to be able to take your services to the consumer at the consumer's convenience, for them to be able to convert and buy your product. Mobile is shaping the way consumers interact, and as such, the new borderless of the economy is now giving them a voice, giving them something they can hold on to. African consumers' zero moment of truth happens almost instantly on mobile, and with this, you cannot just ignore, as a brand manager or as a entrepreneur, you cannot ignore the power the mobile brings to the table. And the new WW stands for what I want, where I want, and when I want it. This is very essential because this will give them the power to choose and to decide whenever those purchasing decisions are very essential for you. So you might want to be thinking about offering some of your during your close hours. You want to be pushing your customers to be able to perform self-service online, or for them to be able to read up more about you, or to get more information about your product, your offerings, or your coupons that you might be offering. Social commerce is now impacting store revolution. People are turning to specific social platforms for them to look at what other people are saying. Online review is equal to the new word of mouth. As you probably will know, people are human, and with that, they have other friends on their social network, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram and to all of these interesting social platforms. with this, the people have a voice. People now have a word of mouth. This is new force in digital marketing. And with that, you can be able to listen to their conversation, even though you don't control all those little silos or little groups that people formed online. You can then begin to listen to positive and negative reviews or criticism, so you can listen to them and then begin to provide your side of the story to the table, and you can then begin to engage them, because that gives you the opportunity for you to engage the people who are, especially for some influencers who have serious knowledge about your product. You want to be able to listen to those conversations and be able to put your advertising to them, and hopefully to convert them. There's a reason the rear mirror is smaller. I usually say this: if you compare the front mirror and the rear mirror is smaller, so you be able to focus on the big picture. The the front view is for you to be able to understand how the customer behavior is changing and how you can be able to position your brand into those things. You might be saying your competition is far ahead of you, but your consumer who is having a smartphone is far greater of importance than your competition. So it's very essential for us to see into the future through our brand, for us to be able to position our offerings. Because digital analytics, because data still beats opinion. Whatever opinions cannot solve, data will solve. And as such, as brand managers, we want to be able to understand the impact of digital analytics that puts to the table. Everything online is connected. And as such, you want to be able to, from smart devices to smart television to wearable devices to smart cars to smart this, you want to be able to be in the center of the action, where you can be able to position your brand, so that if you're able to connect to every other thing, and as such, you can form a movement that will impact your brand or product or services positively. So you might be asking, what advantage does this have, online advertising have for my business? I'm glad to inform you that with anyone can just set up an online advertising in minutes. I can, with a platform like Google AdWords, you can set up online advertising with little or no experience. And with this, you can, whether you're a brand manager or you're new to advertising, you can be able to set it up with little force. It's also cheaper compared to other offline forms of advertising. With this, you'll be able to set it up in minutes, and it's usually cheaper in cost. You can target specific audience. You can look at a particular demographic. If you are based in Lagos, Nigeria, like I am, and you want to target places like Johannesburg, South Africa, you want to target male between 25 and 45. You want to be able to that resides in Johannesburg in South Africa. You can, from here in Nigeria, target those specific audience and begin to tailor your adverts to those set of people. With that, you can begin to optimize your product. If you get more clicks from Ghana than of South Africa, then you might begin to optimize your content for Ghana, or more for South Africa. With that, you can incorporate things like report and analytics into your campaign, because report analytics is very essential for especially online advertising. You can be able to, in seconds, begin to see how people are consuming your product on real time. So a platform like Google Analytics is very robust. I would advise you and encourage you that you look into that, or get a professional if you need help. And with that, that can impact your business positively. This is an example of something that we did for an organization, a social enterprise based in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and with that, we're able to help them solve their conversion problem and analytics grid. With that, I could provide more information for you with this, for if you need more information. And with that, I come to the end of this introduction to online advertising. I hope this will help your business and give you more insights. If you have any questions, this is the best time for you to ask me questions, so I can take them and give you more insights that I know of. If not, you can please connect with me on my email at thorpe@winninglemon.com. I'll be glad to answer your question or get your comments. Thank you very much. Thank you.